Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I want to share with you some updates. As I shared earlier, last November, I got trapped because my stop losses did not work, and that was because I did not get my power of attorney done. That's one reason. The second reason was because I was traveling and I could not do my yeah, daily, whatever you call that, approvals, or I forget what it's called now. I haven't done it for so long. All right, so you know what I mean, authorization. Yeah. So that also, so because of that, most of my stocks had gone down very far, like 20, 30, 50% down like that. And I, my safety net, which was the stop loss, couldn't work, didn't work. All right. So from January all the way through June till June, I had not made any profits. Made some small, tiny losses, but because I made several attempts, but there were just a few losses, small losses, and but then overall, I wasn't making any gains at all. And so what have I been doing the last 6 7 months? Well, I've been trying all different methods, learning new things. And you see, I had learned how to trade during a good, strong bull market. That means when the stock market was moving up, 2020 and 2021. 2022 seems to be a bear market, meaning the entire market seems to be going down. Okay, so how do I navigate myself during this time? I've been learning new things, and learning how to handle this type of market. So that's what I've been sharing with you. The last 2 or 3 videos I did share in the group have been focused on what I've been learning. And so now I want to show you some results of of using the techniques that I have learned. All right, this is stuff that we already knew before, but I've been refocusing myself. Okay, first of all, let's look at Nifty, and you see where Nifty from 2020, where is it? 2021. We go back all the way. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. December, here is November. Here is November 2021. See that? November 2021, it was way up there. And then see from the top right there, it started coming down. Okay. So that November, let's look here. November 9th, October 19th, the entire Nifty had hit its all-time high of about 18,600. Okay, then it started coming down, and November is the time that I said I was traveling, and at that time it went on a steep decline. Okay, but then I held on, hoping, held on for my dear life, like hoping something will happen. And then January it swung back up, but then the stocks that I was in still was down, and then it went down again, so hitting a new low for quite a long time from, look at that, July 2021. So it's like very low. And then finally, it's climbing back up gradually. We don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to just swing to this level and then go back down? We cannot know for sure. Okay, so you'll see my watch list on the right side. Okay, see what I'm going to start with ITC, which is where I made some profits, and then I'll explain the rest to you as well. Okay, so around June, I started buying ITC. Now, what do I mean? Well, first of all, I want you to look at the pattern, okay, for ITC. So I began to notice this, what is called the channel pattern. Okay, so if you notice, the channel is wide right here and is getting narrower and narrower. In other words, the price movements are getting tighter. All right, what does that mean? Well, we'll see. Could it mean that it's going to, push straight up or straight down? One of the two is possible, or it could just continue in this level until it gets to this point here, and it could break out up or break down. It's hard to know which way it could go, right? So what I did was, when I noticed this kind of the trend around June, July, so that would be around right over here, okay, June. So let's see, where is June? Yeah, here is June, right here. So I want you to see my entry point, okay? So I saw this right here in June. This is a daily chart. Those of you who are observant, please note this is a daily chart. And I noticed this movement here. 2 or 3 days of green candles, it was moving up. And I noticed that the 20-day moving average is above the 60 or the 50. And then I also noticed this, this channel pattern where the price is moving along in this channel, these two green lines, okay? And also I'm observing the swing as well. So I realized that it had hit this bottom of this channel pattern and it has been moving up. And then I saw these three green candles, 3 days of green, and then this red right here, small red candle, kind of an indecision, almost like a doji, and then a huge, strong green candle pushing up. So at this point, I entered right here. When I saw this candle moving up, I entered here with a small amount. When I say small amount, my entire capital that I wanted to put into this was 1 lakh. Okay, so I entered with about 10,000, 20,000, like that. And then I observed the next few days and I noticed that it continued moving up. So I added more. And then I noticed the movements and I kept adding, okay, until I got to that 1 lakh, during this time. So this entry point is just the average entry point, all right, of all, the amounts that I put in. So some of it I entered here, some I entered here, like that. It's averaging out all my entries. All right, several different times I had entered. All right, and then I came all the way up to this level and I saw these two red candles. And what I did was I sold right there. Okay, I sold at 302.25 and I bought at 276.95. Okay, now what I want you to observe is this. uh, it could continue moving up, right? It could well keep moving up, and I'm not sure yet, but the possibility is that it could continue moving up. So what I did was I got out at that point, but then I also placed a buy order. You can place a buy order as a GTT buy order, and I placed that buy order for about 33 shares, probably about 10,000 rupees again, at 300. So now notice that this is higher. And I'm trying to see if it comes down here to this level again, it swings back down, if it's going to follow this pattern moving up. That's my observation. Well, I sold and took the profits. It was about 9.26%. Within about 2 months' time. 9.26% is not bad for 2 months. And I made a profit about 10,110 rupees. All right. Now, if I use my total capital that I had invested for my trading account, all of it together, it would have made 1.5% for the month. But then, the rest of the money is all tied up in other, other stocks that are not doing well. But then some are moving well, and I'll show you those pretty soon. Okay, so I sold, but then I placed a buy order and trying to see if it's going to go down even further. Now, if it goes up, let's see. I'm just looking for a swing down. If it swings down, I get it at this price. I'll think of it as a discount, and then I'll see if it continues to move up. I might re-enter again and then try to see if I can, follow this and see where it leads me. But then remember that I am keeping a very close watch on the stock, and I have my stop loss set so that I can be sure. Now, what about the stop loss? Where did I set my stop loss? Let me show you. So when I put when I entered in this area right here, I told you this is the area that I had entered, right? So when I entered there, my stop loss was around right over here. I want you to see this, okay? So I put a stop loss right there, okay? Because I noticed that this was the last swing low, okay? It's swinging up and swinging down. We call this swing trading, right? Or short-term trading. And this was the last swing low. And this was the point where the price was being supported by the channel, okay? That channel seems to be a support. And so I put it there, thinking that, if it comes down to this level and even goes further down, it could be dangerous. In other words, it could be just a downward spiral. So I put this as my first stop loss. Now, I want you to notice this. If it did go down that much, how much would I have lost? Well, look at this. I would have lost about 7%. Okay, that's still a big loss, but that would have been better than having my money stuck for about 6 months to even longer. Okay, so because of that, I held on like that, and then it continued to move up. Okay, so that's what I'm watching out for right here. Okay, all right. So that's ITC, and of course I've been using this to watch my profits as well. But then I just open up this on my phone or somewhere, and I've just been observing that. All right. So the next one on my watch list is something I just found recently, Great Eastern Ship or Shipping or something like that. I'm not sure what it is. There's two things I'm observing here that I want you to look at. One is the channel pattern. You see the channel pattern, it seems to be following that, and it is on an uptrend. What does that mean? The highs are higher and higher and higher. See, the lows are higher and higher. So that's definitely an uptrend, although it is a small one. Okay. I mean, so sorry, not a small one, a gradual one, a slow uptrend. Okay. Now, observe this also. I see a triangle pattern here. Now, and it looks like a breakout from the triangle pattern, but I have not entered this yet. So what will be my evaluation, my analysis? Will I enter? Well, that depends on the next 2 days. If the next day, will it keep going up, or will it come back down and retrace from this? Will this trend line act as a support level? Okay, all this time this was a resistance. It would not go up. Resistance, it wouldn't go up. Resistance, it wouldn't go up. See that? Resistance several times, again and again and again, more resistance. So my question is this also just another resistance? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, if it is, I want to see, will it swing down? If it swing down, I'm going to wait. All right, so these are two possibilities. If it continues its move up, I may enter and buy. Or if it swings down, I'll wait. I'll wait until I observe what happens down here at the bottom of this channel. Okay, because it may go down there and then bounce up. If it bounces up, I'll buy on the bounce. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Now, I have not entered this. I want you to know that. I have not entered it. I'm just looking at this. Is another one that I found that was very interesting. Varun Beverages. So by the way, this is not an alcohol company. I think it's a bottling company for Pepsi or Coca-Cola or something like that. Again, look at this nice channel pattern. See that? Now, it may be slow, but it is moving up. Okay. Now, what I'm looking at is this. This looks, although it looks very interesting, here is a red flag. The all-time high is a red flag. Okay, the all-time high. So this is its all-time high, and it got there and it found resistance. See that? It faced resistance there and is not moving up. So what is it going to do? Okay, it went down. So I'm observing to see if it will follow this channel, go up, or will the all-time high just knock it down? So I'm just observing that. I have not entered that trade yet. Another one is Power Grid. Okay, Power Grid is one I have entered at this level right here, and look what I did. This my stop loss similar to ITC. I found the most recent swing low, and so I entered right around this level here. I entered here, but then I put my stop loss right here at the bottom of the swing low and below this trend line. Okay, because this trend line is acting as a support. And will it continue as a support? That's my question. Now remember, it is not a specific price point, it's a price range. That's why you see it bouncing. It came down, bounced up. It came down even further than the line, and it bounced up. Okay, so I entered here. Here is my stop loss, and I'm just not, I'm just entering little by little. Again, as I told you, I'm not going to enter with my entire capital. I'm just going to enter a little bit. And then as it moves up, after this red candle, I'm going to observe, will it go above that red candle? If it continues in that upward direction, I will enter with some more until I get to the amount that I am planning to put into this, okay? And then I'm also observing the moving averages. See, the moving average is going up and down. And because it's somewhat of a sideways market, but then it is also doing this trend line, okay? And the trend line is showing an upward movement, although it is slow. Okay, so that's why at this point I'm giving more importance to the trend line. Okay, and you'll also see kind of an orange line as well, which I have placed there, which is the 200 period moving average. Okay, that also is looks like it's moving right along that trend line. It's amazing to see these things happen. Now, what I'm looking for is I've entered here, and if it continues moving up, I'll enter with more, and then I will see what will happen. If it goes to the all-time high, that's about 15%. So I predict that if the uptrend continues, I'll hold on till that all-time high level like this, and then I'll observe what happens here. If it bounces, I'll sell and get out, and then wait and see if it breaks through that, okay, safely, because I'll sell and take that 15% profit and get out. And then I'll re-enter if I need to. Okay. Or if I see it swinging back down, I might re-enter on the downward swing. Okay, next one is NTPC, and the rest are all stocks that I have entered. And NTPC also is in a positive move. And look at this, I've entered here, and look where my stop loss is at the swing low and below this trend line. And you'll see that this moving averages are up and down, so that's not much of a consideration here. But I'm giving more value to the pattern. You see that? Upward move. So this is slower, but definitely it is moving up. Okay. And yeah, and then but then you notice the 200 period moving average. Look at that. Again, it seems to be following that kind of this yellow line. I don't know if it's orange line. It's just amazing how it seems to be following that trend line. It's amazing. Or the trend line is following that. I don't know which comes first. So I'll keep adding until I get to my, the level that I want. And then I'll see what happens here. Will it break out, or, and if it goes here, and begins to turn down, I'll sell and take the profits. Okay. Now, how much will I make? I don't know. Let's see. If since I entered here, once I get to that top, that's about 21% right there. Okay. So not bad, and that could happen within a few weeks to a month time. Okay, that was NTPC. Next one I'm looking at is Baroda, Bank of Baroda. Again, the same thing. See that? I've entered Bank of Baroda right here, and then look at my stop loss. This is huge. Okay, this is like I'm taking a big risk here. Okay, 20%, 23% stop loss. I know that's crazy, but I am, that's where I have it right now. Or I could even put the stop loss at this 200 period moving average is another possibility. So I'm just observing what happens here. Now, again, all right, from my entry point, if it goes all the way to the top, okay, that would get me about 15% right there. All right, so I'm going to observe and see if it goes to the top, and then, or wherever it goes, I'm just going to go ahead and take the profits and get out when I see a clear reversal. But even right now, it's already, look at that, 8.4%. Less than that, actually. If I go to the actual level where it closed the other day, that's about 4%, 4.7%. All right. So these are the ways that I'm evaluating this. Okay. That's Bank of Baroda. So all of these so far were the ones that I'm looking at, mostly channel patterns. Next one is M&M. Okay, Mahindra and Mahindra. Now, Mahindra and Mahindra, I have not entered, although I saw this. Okay, I saw this nice channel pattern. It's moving up, and but the reason I did not enter is because of this all-time high. So I'm just watching and seeing what happens. Is it going to keep bouncing and bouncing and go sideways? or is it going to break out? That's what I want to know. Or will it go down to this level and try to come back up? But even there, there's not much space to swing up. So doesn't look very attractive, but I don't know. Let's, I'll just keep observing. We're learning. I'm learning. You're also learning. So I think this will be good. But I have not entered this one. REC Limited is one that I did enter way back, and it's like way down. See, this is my entry, and this is where the price is. So I've made huge losses. But although I have not sold, I'm still like, see, look at that. So it's at a minus 12% right now. Okay, it's at a minus 12%, and from my entry. So I'm just holding on and seeing what happens. All right, next one is Quarterbank. And Quarterbank also, look at that, it's going sideways. It came down. That was my entry up there, and it came down, and it's just been going sideways. And this is my entry. And so, how much did I lose to make me feel bad and make you guys feel bad too? Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. 14% down. Okay, that's way down there. So now you might see add funds after crossing this level. Maybe I might, after crossing this level, I might add a little bit. I don't know. Let's see if if the move is strong enough. Next one is Indian Oil, IOC. Again, I entered way up there, and it is way down here. It is just sad. Here it is. Look at my entry way up there. You see that? So my entry is up there, and this one will scare you to show you how far this has gone down. 59% down. Okay, that's huge. I've lost half my value on that one. Okay. But I'm just holding on. Indian Oil Corporation is not something that's going to shut down today or tomorrow. And so I'm just going to hold on to this and see what happens. Now, if my stop loss was working properly, and it went down about 5%, I would have gotten out and took a small loss, and that would have been okay with me. But I didn't, that wasn't the situation. Another one is Kitex, and I entered there, and look at that. And I don't know where it was, but then it started coming down, and I thought that might be a good possibility, but that was a miscalculation on my part. 21% down. Oh man, that's bad. Okay, but there also, I'm holding on and waiting to see what happens. Manappuram is another one. From my entry, it has gone down, and I don't know why I'm showing you how much it has gone down, but 54%. Okay, maybe this will help you to see that even though you're losing, things are going down, still possibilities are there. Zomato is another one that I entered. It was really an unnecessary trade. It was just a kind of an emotional, crazy trade. Anyway, I'm at 51%. You can see that at three of these at 50% loss. Okay, but I'm holding on, and I looking at different possibilities. All right, this is another one that I've not entered. Bharat Heavy Electrical. So this one, I'm just observing kind of a pattern here, trying to see what happens if it's going to be moving up or not. Not so sure about that. So this is where I stand. ITC has done well for me. I've sold. And then Great Eastern Ship and VBL, I have not entered, but they looking like possibilities. Power Grid, NTPC, Bank of Baroda, all three of these I've entered at a good location, and they are making me profits. Maybe by the end of August or sometime in September, I'll sell that and make some profits on that. And then I'll get back with you with another video on things like that. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this, and yes, I am continuing with my day trading and still learning. My entries are good, and my profits are good, but not really enough to get me above the place where I'm making enough profits to justify the cost. In other words, the cost of doing the trade is huge when it's day trading, because I'm trading with a small amount of cash, but then I can trade with a lot of margin, which is borrowed money, but that costs a lot. And so you have to really make much more money to be able to cover your cost and then make profit. Okay, so It's an expensive way to do it, but I'm learning with a small amount of money right now. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have doubts, questions, please leave it in the comments below. I'll be glad to help you with that. And then keep watching the charts. Okay, and if you have not used TradingView charts, I have a link below. Please open an account with TradingView. You can get a free account with TradingView. And and also, if any of you who are watching have not opened up a trading account, a brokerage account, I have links below. You can open one with Zeroda, which is one that I use mostly for swing trading. Upstocks also is another one that I use. And then I've been trying something new, several new ones like Fires and some others. But mostly I'm just Zeroda for a very versatile, very nice, flexible. So it's good. All right. So let me know if you have any questions, and if you benefited from this, go ahead and press like, and it might be helpful to some other people as well. All right. Thank you, and you have a great day.